What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Jesus Coin today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, you guys. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to make this video very brief. I just want to tell you some things that I think is kind of exciting for Jesus Coin here, and I do believe that we found our low. I do believe that we are going to go higher. The question of whether are we going lower or are we going higher is out of my head now. I'm actually very convinced that we are about to move up higher, and I want to go over that real quick, right? If we're looking at the daily RSI, you can see we've been in a downtrend, right? Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. And each time, right, this high we just dipped down, this high we dipped down, and here we're consolidating. Not only are we consolidating right around it, which is different behavior than what we've seen before, but we rejected, and then we found support at the 40, which we have, even on our phase down here, we've continued to find support at the 40, and here even found support at the 40, while consolidating, doing different behavior than this bearish stuff that we did initially in this overall downward trend in the RSI on the daily here. I think we're coiling up. I think we're finding support at the right areas. I think that we have, you know, as insignificant as I made it sound when this happened, that we broke out of this downtrend. I think we have broken out of that downtrend, and I actually think if we take a line of best fit, or we try to best fit it here, you know, what you did was actually pretty damn bullish. You broke out of it, you back tested it for support, and you found support, and you're actually getting higher lows coming out of it. You still have lower highs, right? And this is where the consolidation comes into question, right? You've got lower highs but higher lows. Are you going to break out to the upside? Or are you going to break out to the downside? But the RSI, I think, is right now it's giving us a foreshadowing. I think it's telling us it's what's the word I'm looking for? Edging. I don't know. It's telling us what it wants, what it's trying to do here, what it's trying to accomplish. And I think it wants to go up. I think that the next area it wants to go to is probably into the overbought zone. And if we look, even, you know, whether it's at a very fast trajectory, whether it's, I mean, when Jesus Coin wants to go to the overbought zone, it seems like it only knows one trajectory, actually. I'm trying to say if it has a slow trajectory, maybe like this, kind of slower, right? There's no really slow. You only know one speed when it comes to getting overbought, right? When it comes to making bullish moves, Jesus Coin only knows one move to make, and that's at a high velocity. All I'm trying to say, man, is if we are, I'm going to go all the way back here, if we are making our way up to the overbought zone, if this is the end of the month here, I think we have more than enough time to get into the overbought zone, even a few jumps into the overbought zone like we saw here by the end of the month. And comparing what we could do potentially to what we have done, I think, is important. So let's do that now, right? What we could do based on what we have done. You know, our first pump here from low, that was not the low, but from low to high, that gave us a 57% pump in a 4 days time, right? The next low here to high pump that we had was 84%, and it only got bigger from there, right? Low to high, that was not the low, that was not the high. Why am I doing this so bad? Low to high, 212%. So it only got larger as time went on. I think I speak for all of us whenever I say that, you know, going from like doing a 57% pump, that'd be nice, but 57%, that was the minimum we saw last time, okay? We've already had these highs here. I don't think if we break above these highs that we'd stop at 57%. So I think we're going to see a larger move initially, right? Probably before Christmas. We might see a move that takes us, if we're going to go larger than that, I would think at least up to about 6019. We're at 6012 right now. So something around 6019. I think by the end of this week, if not at least before Christmas, to potentially higher than that, back to the top of this range. And then by the end of this year, by the end of this month, I would expect we're progressing higher and we're going toward these all-time high areas, right? The daily RSI starting to show strength. The weekly RSI also, you know, think of it this way, right? This last move up on a daily perspective, this is what we were comparing, right? For the next move up that we're having now, we were comparing this daily move here. If we look on a weekly perspective, that same move, but in a different sense in the RSI, that move started down here in the RSI. We're higher now. We're at a higher area, higher lows overall, higher highs overall, right? My question to you would be, do you think this reading would see a higher high in the RSI than the last reading did? If the answer is yes, then that would imply that we see a stronger move than our last move. If we're at higher lows here, it might also take less time than it did this time for things to really get going. So I very much do expect by the end of the month, you guys, Jesus Coin will be worth 6044 to 6058, somewhere in that area at least. And that would be a minimum target of about a 3.5x to potentially a 4.5x by the end of the month, and that's the minimum area, we still could have this miraculous Jesus coin rally again. As I was saying, it only knows one pace when it moves up, man. It likes to move up fast, right? You're moving sideways, it's kind of a different pace, but even then you have these miraculous moves up really, really fast, right? In a week's period here, you moved up 127%. So all I'm trying to say, with that potential at your side, if we really wanted to, I think that by the end of this month, we still could see, if not targets at 5011, something that is at a new all-time high level. We definitely could see something that's more than a 4.5x by the end of the month. That's all I'm trying to say. And by the end of January, I absolutely would expect that this move continues to go forward. I think also that I kind of have this theory that Jesus coin, on its path to wherever its destination is for its high here, I think it's going to continue to build. Like, it's going to move up while a lot of cryptos are not moving up after January, if that makes any sense. Jesus coin can and has in its past moved up while the rest of the market has been consolidating, or while it moved down. Jesus coin has in its past moved down while the rest of the market was moving up or consolidating, right? It's done things outside the pack, so it doesn't need, it's proven that it doesn't need the market to move up for it to move up. So I actually have a theory that, you know, most coins, if you've watched my analysis on most coins on this channel, you've seen me talk about the end of January being the time frame that I expect Jesus coin to top, or not Jesus coin, most coins to top off. And when I say top off, I just mean come to like a momentary end, kind of like this, right? Like, this was your move and you topped off. You've had a momentary end here, like something like this. I don't think Jesus coin has that in January, or if it does have it in January, I don't know if its consolidation effect will last as long as some of the rest of the markets would, but it's just a theory. We'll see how it goes. But long story short, definitely expecting big gains in a short amount of time from Jesus coin. I've said everything I need to say. If you guys like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. The 4 hours not bullish enough for me, so I really like it. I mean, it's in a bullish positioning right now, but overall it's bearish. So I would like it if we got some growth today, tomorrow, you know, over this week specifically. I'd really like to see us get above this 6015 area. That's the goal. Let's finish it with that, right? That's the goal. This week, close days and close this week above 6015. I think you will. I actually think you're probably going to reach for that 6019 or higher. And with that, I'll leave you. So hit that like button, subscribe. Bye-bye.